Ah, hello. Konnichiwa, we didn't hear you come in.
And that's a thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Greetings.
Welcome to Weekly Shonen Jump, and this is Hero and Fonzie for Weekly Shonen Jump's April 8th issue of 2013.
Yep, and we're gonna be starting off with Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, everybody's favorite exorcist. And of course we get the first part we start off is in the courtyard of the school, and of course it's Yuki who's actually talking with Shimei, and it seems that Shimei has actually graduated from the preliminary courses. However, this is unbeknownst to anybody else. However, Rin is checking out some of his friends' also very well done apartments. Seriously, this is a lot better quality than he has with his brother Yuki. Seriously, it's halved off and beds galore.
And speaking of schools for exorcists, then cue the Harry Potter theme song.
Sorry, we don't have J.K. Rowling's approval. Anyways, Ren is talking with a bunch of his fellow friends and saying that they really did a good job on the last mission having to do with the copycat spirit.
And the roommate is reading porn.
And I wouldn't expect anything less from that character. Because he's technically a womanizer and has hit on most of the people, including Shimei and Yoko. Well, in fact, he actually tells both of them, Rin and the others, that actually the school festival is going on. They unfortunately don't know this, and we get a small caption of them acting like zombies. In fact, what Rin doesn't know, and since he really didn't ever go to high school before, is that a school festival is literally a giant carnival, and he gets overexcited about it.
Ah! Carnival!
However, this one actually has a different side to it, since of course his friend had told him that the true purpose of the festival is to actually bring a girl along. And Rin seems somehow upset that he doesn't have anybody to bring with him.
Just like me.
Wow. Yeah, folks. Ignore that. Yeah. However, his friend decides to help him out with trying to hit on women. However, even Yoko says that she will not be going because she's taking the exorcist exam, so that she doesn't have to take it at the last minute like most other people.
Stupid bookworms.
Yep, and it seems that even our main I guess you would call him a pseudo protagonist, is actually willing to go to the festival, but only till after he passed the exam as well. And of course, the others decide, hey, it's better off to just go to the festival and hit on women. And so, in a brotherhood bonding, Yosuke and Rin decide to actually bond in friendship in order to gain a woman.
Friendship! Oh, because that's what life is all about. Hitting on women.
Yep. But
ain't that right, fellas?
Yep, and however, the fact is that it doesn't work. Nope, he's supposed to be extremely popular with the women. However, he in fact has never noticed the fact that most of them actually are not single. Wow, that's really bad on his part. But in fact, he asks one other girl that is probably so unpopular that she has nobody to go with. And that is Paku, one of Yoko's former friends. However, even Paku states that she was just asked by a third year.
Ouch!
And I'm glad that Rin isn't fazed by this, only he wants to go to the festival.
And we get a little transition to what could be possible of, the girl that I don't know. I didn't read it, so we'll just have to let him.
No, this is Rin's superior. She's a much far better exorcist and is only there to maintain. Aside from that, she constantly still asks the still unknown protagonist, who constantly keeps his little rabbit puppet around with him, doesn't say a word and gets creeped out by him.
Probably better than Jeff Dunham.
Yes, but Yes, but back to Rin and his buddies. They, they're having the worst time and looking like decrepit zombies after finding not a single girl to go with them to the festival. However, they walk into Seguro, who's in the same state. In fact, the reason for him is because somebody asked him to the festival, but he said no, and she ended up crying. So the reason is because but his conscience is of course taking a huge hit and now acts like a disheveled zombie.
I curse you!
Yep. However, it seems that Shime has now joined the group and actually said that she is now going to be a full-time classmate just like the rest of them, since she did in fact pass her preliminary exams. And that's when Rin decides to get the idea that he's going to invite Shime. However, this is where it ends and we will see what happens later. But now back to more hilarity in One Piece. Bearded Luffy is best. And this one is the Lucy and the Statue of Kyros. Kyros or Kairos. It's a Greek reference. Anyways, after the battle with Spartan, which ended up in just one hit, Lucy or Luffy is actually being asked to leave the stadium. However, two other competitors that of Sai Dongkongji and Bo of the Qingzhou family.
What is up with his neck? What's up with all their necks?
Why can't you just accept that it's Ichiro Oda? Why can't you just accept that? Actually say that Spartan is actually responsible for the fight and they shouldn't throw Lucy out. And of course Lucy thanks them for all that, but of course Sai is an overreacting idiot like most people. However, we then get more competitor briefs, that of Bobby Funk and Carrie Funk, both of the Funk brothers. Pretty much they're assassins for the Mafia. Yep. And they even state the fact that they are in a conspiracy. Seriously, they're not subtle. And wow, Ichiro Oda, shout out to Dr. Eggman with this one. It seems that
only the beard is black.
Yep, the military technician of the Providence, Dagama, and his king, Elizabiro II, are also competitors. We also have several other main participants and other infamous names. However, one sticks out more than most, and it has to be the Donkito family's own recommendation, Bellamy the Hyena. Now remember, folks, this guy was back in farther chapters, even as soon as they got to the Grand Line. Bellamy Hyena was one of the first opponents that Luffy faced right after the Arabasta arc, and was supposedly dead. But I'm guessing he's back now to reclaim the title. However, most of them convert and obviously believe that they're all deserving of the Marrow fruit for their own reasons. However, Luffy then finds out that he can actually wear armor in this one, and we all know Luffy in armor. And
Luffy in armor I don't think it works for him.
It does with the beard. He looks like a Roman warrior going completely out of... I'm sorry, I can't. This is awesome. He literally is now full clad in armor, and the only thing he's not covering is his sandals. But it seems that most of the women around the Colosseum are actually being knocked out by pure awe. And this is due to White Horse Cavendish, who is actually considered the pirate prince. Who decides to strike up a conversation with Luffy, and for some reason constantly eats the white flower that he holds in his hand. Not sure why that's a thing. But in fact, he talks about his infamy in the ring and how he wishes to possess the Marrow fruit. However, then he gets onto the idea that somebody had called out the name Monkey D. Luffy. He gets mad at this for the fact that his bravado or his entire popularity was scorned when Monkey D. Luffy took on the CP9 at Enemy Slavi.
Monkey D. Luffy? I have no idea who that is.
And after Cavendish leaves, Luffy notices the statue in the middle of the room that's assigned to the name of Kyros. Nobody knows of the legendary gladiator except for one person, and that seems to be Rebecca, the woman gladiator.
Yeah,
So,
and her outfit is as slutty as you can get.
well, there's reason for that because most of the people in the competition are asked to actually have very limited armor due to the fact that that the audience wants to see more blood than any clothing. Yep, that's the reason. However, Rebecca seems to be quite known of this Kuros man. However, she also has another reason for entering the competition besides getting the Marrow fruit, and that is to literally take down Doflamingo. So there's even more people who have Doflamingo on the mind. However, in one of the preliminary rounds to decide one of the combatants has already finished by a mysterious man named Mr. Store. However, he then takes off his mask or paper bag and reveals that it's none other than Jesus Burgess, one of the Blackbeard pirates, come back to claim his title as the greatest gladiator in the Don Quito Doflamingo family. And of course, we end there.
And now we get to Bleach.
Exposition. And then, as we come back from a very harsh battle with the Black Hollow, and as Aizen, of course, cut Isin in the back, we then go back to I guess a little bit of dialogue having to do with the black cloak that they're wearing, and that it's one of Kisuke Urahara's inventions. And of course, Isin doesn't know who's there, and of course is just yelling out into the sky, which seems kind of funny. However, the three, including Tosen, Gin, and Aizen, make a conversation literally in the middle of a battle about how their prototype Black Shinigami is not doing as well as they thought. And of course, the battle then ensues again with the Black Shinigami going after Isin, but due to the wound on his back is making it more difficult to fight off the attacks. And eventually the battle gets heated up as the fire powers doesn't seem to be working on this Black Hollow. However, then I guess Isin uses his own blood to amplify his power.
How does that even work?
It's anime. They have to explain it 5 chapters later. And of course, Ichigo's mother actually...
What is Shinigami blood flammable?
I'm guessing so. That's probably a big hazard.
And suddenly an upskirt shot.
You know, people wonder why I'm the pervert. Anyways, Ichigo's mother shows up, and then Isin is unfortunately pushed back too far, and it looked like he's about to get hit by a point-blank Sero Blast.
And something on his mask, it creates a circle on its head.
But that's the Sero.
Oh, okay.
It's a hollow only ability that they can use. It's called the Death Blast in some translations. However, it seems that a Quincy arrow had blocked the attack, and even Aizen is intrigued to see this new development. And of course, the Black Shinigami goes after her while she shoots out a barrage of arrows to her. But she notices that he's way too fast, so she literally uses her own body to capture him and then shoot him point blank in the face.
Nice.
Ichigo's mother's a badass.
And now we get to Naruto. What? And so we go back to where we were before, where Madara tells
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima that he's going to lead the village and fulfill his true dream, which I guess is to just kill everybody. And so Madara leaves, and Hiroshima does like a big monologue, where he talks about how they both fulfilled their dreams.
Yep, but now that he has to kill his only friend. And then back to the actual battle.
And still doesn't explain how he got the Nine Tails. Still doesn't explain it.
Nope, the Nine Tails was just there. He went and found it, and then took it over with his Sharingan.
And so, okay, and when they get to this certain area where I guess it's in like a Grand Canyon like cliff, I was like, holy crap! I know where they are.
Well, yep, that's because that the creator that they literally just created is actually the waterfall of the founders, where both the Madara and Hiroshima statues stand.
And and as we both remember, is the exact same place where Naruto and Sasuke fought before the time skip.
Yep. But now it seems like they've exhausted all their chakra and are now going to hand-to-hand combat.
And, and so they go through flashbacks and how we were such good friends and then yeah Hiroshima actually stabs Madara in the chest from the back.
Well, that's the ninja way, unfortunately.
The ninja way. Just kill everybody.
Yep, and this is actually the first time we see Hiroshima actually admitting that he didn't want to kill, but was literally forced to. And now this will bring about the change in the shinobi world.
And it still begs the question. How Madara even survived. Actually, no. Okay, we all know he didn't survive. But how he was revived.
Yep. So there may be more to that than meets the eye.
And so now we cut back to the present. Now we cut back to the present.
And Hiroshima is done explaining his story to Sasuke, and now we're eagerly awaiting Sasuke's choice. But that will be released in another chapter.
Now, I've been hearing from people who I guess have seen the next chapter that Sasuke for some reason is going to flip flop. Which, to be honest, I won't be that surprised if he does flip flop because, I mean, come on. After hearing that story, how can you not flip flop from that?
Yep, but we'll have to see that conclusion next week. And now we get to World Trigger, where right before I was battling a giant bombarding neighbor and has now used some sort of generator weapon. However, it seems that it's actually a kamikaze move. It seems that those generators are a signal to show that he's about to use himself as a giant explosive. And of course, Yuma notices this and decides to use his own trigger. However, he does notice that he can only use a certain amount of power since he gave a little bit to Osamu. So he sends himself off, and unfortunately, Ai has literally nothing she can do. Even Osamu's looking in a bit of despair because all he's trying to do down at the city is try to have people escape and find shelter. However, Ai tries to constantly blast the generators or those things on her body, but she can't seem to do it.
And she's freaking out.
Yep. However, Yuma finally shows up and uses a new ability called Chain and literally links himself to the giant neighbor and uses even more powers to use boosts to septuple and uses his newfound strength to literally throw the neighbor from the chain into the ocean, where it then explodes away from the city.
And I died. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. She survives. Of course she does.
God, you are like the Simon of this group from the Yogs cast. You both have beards and you're both insane. Anyways, the townspeople are thankful both to Osamu and to Ai. However, Osamu seems to be getting most of the glory, but as the good guy as he really is, he actually gives most of the credit to Ai since she is the one who defeated the neighbor, even though she doesn't know that either. However, she's not going to exploit, fame because she didn't actually kill the neighbor. She still doesn't understand how it happened, but of course she still wants Osamu to come over to the border headquarters and give an explanation about the prior incident.
I think this is gonna be the formula for this series where something happens and Yuma actually saves the day and somebody else takes the credit in order to protect his identity.
Probably. But at the end of this chapter, we get a nice two-paneler of nighttime in another city. And it seems that another border agent is done cleaning up a bunch of neighbors. And it seems that this is actually the character that was in the first chapter in the flashbacks. And it seems that the man's name is Yuichi Jin. Jin, an S rank. So I'm hoping to see this guy later on.
And now we get to Nisekoi, where 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 we left off from well, we're still on the Valentine's Day story, where
Ordina asks if
Chitoge, who she likes is Ichijo. Okay, and she admits no, which I guess I should explain that I guess I should explain that they do find out that that their relationship is fake, and that both of their families are gangsters and yakuzas, but they didn't mind.
I'd keep that secret.
but yeah, due to my lack of memory, they actually do find out somehow.
Is that your plot device, amnesia?
Yes, that that they do know that their relationship is fake, but an Ordeal almost tells that she does like someone, but doesn't really say who it is, and they sort of give each other a pep talk, giving each other good luck in getting getting their crushes. So kind of shoujo-esque talk.
And of course, they decide to help each other remake the chocolate that they unfortunately were not either able to make or
try one, bleh! Try two, bleh!
Yep, they're not really good at this.
But then they're having fun and then all that girly stuff.
Now you know why I don't read this.
But I do have to admit it is a very funny series. And Nijo is very full from all the chocolate. And this is Oradina. No. This is Chitoge. When she approaches him, that she's still being kind of a bitch to him. She's like, "Oh, darling, excuse me, may I have a moment with you?"
Yep, there's no sarcasm in that.
And she gets like the creepiest faces. By chance, I just happened to make some homemade chocolates yesterday.
I'm gonna have to ask you never to talk like that again.
Oh, because that's what she looks like.
Yep, but it was just plain awkward. Anyway, she ends up giving him chocolates, and he still eats it.
And he actually likes it,
which forces her to blush and be all happy about it. Of course, when she actually gives it to her fellow, I guess,
gangsters,
bodyguards,
they get scared shitless.
Yep, that's because it's actually made with salt.
So yeah. In other words, Amichijo pretended to like it.
Yep.
Oh, such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And now it's Oradina's turn to try once again to get him chocolate. And she didn't trip this time. Good for her. I'm so proud. And so yeah, she eats the chocolate, and it is delicious.
Wow, that's
chocolate.
You killed it.
Yes, I did. I'm a killer of jokes. And
she almost literally lets out the fact that chocolate was made for a specific purpose out of love.
And call it a special platonic, whatever that means.
This looks like a chance for a getaway.
Run away! And
of course, Ichijo goes on home after the night,
and that means the Valentine's Day is finally over.
Not necessarily, because of course his Yakuza bodyguards are willing to give him chocolate as well.
Looking all gay. Happy Valentine's Day!
This is coming from a bunch of scarred up manly Yakuza, ladies and gentlemen.
sometimes I question the ferociousness of this yakuza, and so now we get up next. We get to One Punch Man. Why do people have to work?
Wow, that's my dream.
Yeah, so basically,
we get a whole bunch of exposition about how society is crumbling in certain fashions, and it seems it's led by this hammerhead guy who's bald and has a scar over his nose, and seems to lead a
we're going to create a utopia
of skinheads.
So they're skinhead Occupy Wall Street?
I have no idea. That doesn't deserve that.
But no one seems to pay attention to them. Again, like Occupy Wall Street.
Haha. Well, actually, people paid attention. The cops did.
But
anyways, Hammerhead decides to get people's attention in a different manner.
by blowing up a rich person's building, but apparently it was the wrong building. Shit.
Yep. The other guy with the map tells him that that's the wrong building, and they go and hoof it to the next one.
Oh well, and so another superhero named Moomin Rider, which it does say that it's actually a parody of Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I get it.
Kamen Rider, shut up.
Moomin Kamen, yeah. And of course, because the hero has arrived, the people think they're saved from their tyranny.
But he gets his ass whooped.
Yep, and we go to Saitama, who's waking up late and regretting it completely since he...
Don't play rock, paper, scissors with snot on your finger!
Yep, bad dreams. That thing.
And so he hears on the news that a bunch of bald people just like him, are causing havoc. And okay. At first, I thought it was going to be the fact, maybe he thinks it's one of his own people doing this.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, kindred spirits. But the real reason why he's pissed is because
they literally gave up their hair.
Well, no. It's the fact that because they're bald and they're bad guys, thus everyone's going to look at him like he's a bad guy because he's bald.
Oh. I guess that's a reason to go beat people up. My style's in danger. And so at the real person at the real person's house that they're trying to destroy, Mr. Zeniru, which has a shit pile on I'm guessing it's ice cream or something, like he's a Joe Oberweis or something.
It's not.
But anyways, it seems that
he has a ninja bodyguard girl guy. I don't know. He just looks so feminine. I thought he was a girl.
Yep, pretty much. And it seems that this person's name
is Sonic. They're just too slow.
Shut up. Anyways, it seems that Sonic is going to go...
Why isn't his hair blue?
It seems that Sonic's going to go outside and deal with these...
pile of poop. Ha!
With these guys. And it seems that they're going to make this confrontation in the forest.
And then he shows up. And he smiles creepy-like.
Yep, but of course Saitama wants to find them, but is getting confused as one of the terrorists.
A terrorist! I'm not a terrorist!
See?
And
we shouldn't push blame on every bald person.
And last time on Dragon Ball Z.
There's a lot of deep penetration in this one. Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
Yep, Piccolo gets a...
Damn you, hindsight! Bleh.
Yep. And of course, this is at the start where both Vegeta and Nappa are introduced. Well, not in... Oh, yes, there they are. And I guess the...
Raditz is dead. Nice. He deserved it. He deserved killed by power levels barely over 1,000. We can leave this planet for later. These Dragon Balls sound intriguing.
Dead people.
Yeah, we're gonna get pennies. I mean, immortality.
Mortality is what I said.
Right, Vegeta? Just get in a damn pod.
And of course, this is at the chapter where
Goku's dead.
Yep. Yep, the start of the series, the main protagonist is dead.
Holy crap! I'm not the first person to die in this series! Krillin! Too soon! and we're going to skip cross manage because we don't care.
And you don't, but whatever.
And we can't really find anything about cross manage online.
Yeah, the same thing goes with it. We still try and find at least something.
And now, Hiromi Kanchan.
And this is right after some of the battles, especially with Kanryu Takeda. And most of the people who have been injured are being taken care of by Dr. Takani, who is also a former person in the series and now is a full-fledged doctor this time. However, the fact is that the one who stole Kaoru is none other than, and I had to do a little research for this, is a man by the name of Jinei Odawa. And of course, in past, Jinei Odawa was actually a shogunate, which was one of Batosai's main rivals. And in the previous series, he actually held two swords, but was able to use Kai abilities that allowed him to not only trap people in their own bodies, but also to improve his own skills, and actually took a sword to himself. In this series, however, it seems that Batosai stabbed him through both of his hands, and now this is where he carries his swords. That's pretty creative and creepy at the same time. Anyways, we get a nice little dynamic shot of Jinei as he seems to have slit Karu's wrists and will bleed out if Batosai doesn't kill him fast enough. And
That's actually bad.
And Kenshin comes back and starts wailing on him with every single technique that he's gotten. And I guess showing a dividing line for panels in Jinei's blood. That's
classy. That's just so classy.
Yep, and it seems that Jinei is now on the defensive because, of course, the Hitokiri Batosai uses a style known as the Hiten Mitsurugi style, which makes him much more faster than most other swordsmen, so Jinei's abilities won't be able to hurt him as much. And of course, he starts using all the basic techniques and then tries to finish him off with the Dragon Mallet Flash. However, this doesn't seem to affect Jinei at all. In fact, he built up his defense so much due to the fact that he had already fallen once to the Hitokiri's style, and actually has implemented a strange technique where he can literally move all of his joints at once. That means his arms, his elbows, and his wrists can move in any direction now.
That's creepy.
Yep, and now it's Batosai who's on the move, and unfortunately seems to be getting backlash, and even tries to use the ultimate technique, Tensho Ryusen, the Heavenly Dragon Flash. However, it only is able to actually strike through Jinei's hand, and with this, Jinei has literally stolen his sword, and is now on the attack and cuts Batosai down. But how he will eventually defeat him is unsure. However, Jinei is not impressed by Batosai's ability and wishes to actually force him to go even further into the demon. And with this, he stabs Kaoru in the chest. This is definitely not how the other series went.
And so that's it. And so that's it for weekly Shonen Jump. And now we get to Fairy Tail. It's Fairy Tail time! Yay!
Wow, yeah.
And so as we go through some very colorful fan art. Okay, this chapter surprised me because we find out that Eclipse is not a weapon.
Yep.
It's a time chamber.
Well, that's essentially how it works because that's how I'm guessing future Lucy and of course the future Rogue were able to get through. And as we left off, the gate had just opened, and now Lucy actually wants the gate to close. Of how and why she wants the gate closed is not completely sure. So she fights with the princess on this decision, and eventually this decision is made for them.
And the thing is, they're supposed to believe that the dragons were supposed to come. Oh, dude, the dragons come out of the gate.
Yep, a big hulking stone dragon is the first to appear.
And jeez, uh, because because the eclipse was is a time chamber 400 years into the past, where the dragons roam the earth.
Yep,
just like the dinosaurs.
Yep, so Rogue was lying the entire time, and for good reason.
So now, now all the dragons are not all of them. Most of the dragons are being released.
Yeah, but this one dragon so far that's made out of the gate has nearly destroyed the entire city and has made near mincemeat out of the royal guard.
And everybody is scared shitless, like they just won't move.
And now even 2 more dragons come out, one resembling that of some sort of sea serpent and other engulfed in fire. No, it's not Igneel.
and so Lucy decides to actually close the gate with a panty shot. Thank you, hero.
I'm thinking.
Thank you, hero. We totally needed that.
I'm thinking that the guy likes to draw both dragons and women.
And I think she's having a hard time with all the dragon's power blowing wind at her, and she's trying to close it. And thank you for covering another panty shot with a balloon bubble.
His speech.
But as she tries to close it, she's having a hard time trying to close it.
Yeah, it seems that there needs to be a little bit more magic involved with closing the gate.
But elsewhere. Oh yeah, an actual stone dragon comes out, which looks kind of familiar to one of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have. Not being serious.
By the way, we all got Yu-Gi-Oh cards this last week, and yeah, that's we now have another way of ending a duel in only 3 moves.
Oh yeah, I'm like damn. So so she made a promise to protect our future.
And then back to Natsu, who's nearly been taken into the shadows, and that he also made a promise to protect the future as well. So the battle will ensue soon between the dragons and the wizards.
And I do actually wonder if we will see Igneel. It'll be interesting.
Yep, well, let's hope that and Meta Metallica and Skya.
Oh yeah, I really hope we get to see them.
Anyways, that has been it for this week's podcast of the Weekly Shonen Jump and recent Fairy Tail chapter. This has been Fonzie.
And this is Hero.
And we're signing off.